All right, now let's dive deep into the Cardinals-Packers game that we have going on later this weekend. This is kind of how I see this game. It is a make-or-break game for this Cardinals team if they want to win the division. You look at this division, and the Cardinals this weekend, believe it or not, can be in sole possession of first place of the NFC West with a win against the Packers. This game is a litmus test for the Cardinals. Can they take that next step? Can they go on the road and in back-to-back weeks string together games in which Kyler Murray plays well, James Conner plays well, the defense plays well, complimentary football? The Cardinals are still making baby steps, which is okay because some people still see this as a rebuild year for them. But this Cardinals team has a big opportunity this weekend to take a major stride. If they win this game, it doesn't mean they're going to win the division. But you start looking at the Cardinals' future schedule, it gets a lot easier for the Arizona Cardinals. A lot easier for this team. After what was the second hardest schedule to start the season, now that they're finished with that, if they pull off a win, it's a lot of Justin Herbert with no weapons, potentially no Tua Tagovailoa, rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams, the struggling Jets and Aaron Rodgers, Geno Smith, another Geno Smith, Jacoby Brissett, Bryce Young or Andy Dalton. Those are some of the games the Cardinals have coming up. This is a make-or-break game if you are going to start separating yourself from the division. This is a make-or-break game for the Cardinals if they're going to take the next step of potentially being a division champion. The way everything has planned out for the Cardinals, they have a shot to really stick their flag in the NFC West and say, we are real contenders. James Conner's got to get going. Kyler Murray's got to play a consistent game. I'm still in on Kyler Murray as a franchise quarterback, and last week, I believe, was his most impressive performance of the season. Given the fact you're going on the road, after getting beaten up by your old head coach, you go in and you stomp on the 49ers, the last year's defending NFC Conference champions. If you string together another matchup in which Kyler Murray plays well, and Drew Petzing uses him and opens up the playbook and uses him as a real weapon, both in the arm, through the air, and with his legs. That's what we have to see. This is a prime opportunity to show everyone we can be consistent, not just Kyler Murray. We've already talked about the consistency issues of Kyler Murray. This team on its own has been inconsistent. You have some stretches where they shut out the Lions and they shut out the 49ers for a half. That's a feather in the cap of Jonathan Gannon. Can you put it all together? Can you have a game where the offense plays well, Kyler Murray plays well, James Conner's running the football angry, and the defense is playing complementary football and keeping the offense in the game in a bend but don't break defense? That is what separates the great teams from the not-so-great teams. That's what separates good from bad. That's what separates, in this instance for the Arizona Cardinals, good teams and average teams. And that's what we need to see this weekend. It's going to be a tough go this week against Dontavian Wicks. Who knows, maybe Christian Watson does end up suiting up, although I'm not bullish on that. Tyler Kraft and Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs. The key for this game is to slow down the run. I think Jordan Love is a superbly talented quarterback, but make him feel pressure and make him throw the ball. He is prone to the occasional interception. He's closer to Brett Favre than he is Aaron Rodgers when it comes to protecting the football. This is a big weekend for the Cardinals. It doesn't mean if they lose that they're done for the season, that they won't make the playoffs, and that the season is lost. It's still a very favorable schedule, as I just listed off some of the quarterbacks before that you'll be facing. But if you want an opportunity to stick your flag firmly in the NFC West and say, you're going to have to come take the division this year, it's not going to be easy. This is where the Cardinals have to show out. And you could argue they have to play their best game of the season this year. And I would buy that. I would buy that the Cardinals need to be almost perfect in this game. And I would get that. And I would buy that. But ultimately, with a complimentary effort from Kyler, James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr., the defense, this is an opportunity to finally bring it all together. Not to have a half where the offense doesn't do something, but the defense does, or the defense doesn't do anything, and the offense does. Like the defense did in the Lions and 49ers game, but in the first half, the offense wasn't there. Or in the Bills game, where the offense showed up in the first half, and then the defense didn't show up in the second half. This is a chance for not just Kyler, not just Jonathan Gannon, but for this whole team to string together a string of consistent football. That's what we need to see. Make Jordan Love throw the ball. Make him feel pressured. Without Darius Robinson this weekend, you're going to have to figure out how to generate a pass rush. Design up complicated blitzes. Jordan Love is still relatively young to the starting quarterback caliber in the NFL. Jonathan Gannon, Nick Rawlis, they've got to dial up some defenses and some blitzes to really confuse Jordan Love. He is prone to the occasional mistake. But with all that being said, although I think this is a huge opportunity, I don't know if the Cardinals are ready to take that step yet. I'm willing to be wrong, and to be fair, I hold myself accountable. I've been wrong on every Cardinals prediction this year. So if you're a betting man, maybe go directly the other direction and make it happen. But this is what they need to do to win. But until any of us see that, until we see that they can both play a consistent style of football on offense and defense, I'm going to have to take the Green Bay Packers in this game. And I think I would take them decently comfortably. 31-20, something like that. A hard-fought game in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half. You're going to Lambeau, a great environment, a home field advantage. So for all those reasons, I do believe the Packers will be victorious in this game. But the Cardinals do have all the makings of a team that, if just consistent enough both defensively and offensively, this is not just a Kyler Murray issue. It's a huge weekend for the Cardinals, but ultimately, I'm going to take the Packers in this game. Let's call it 21-10.